Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So this is going to be part 2 in the beginner mixed media. And what we're going to do in this one is do a mixed media background. Now I'm going to use basically things that you have at home or that you might have around. If you don't have bubble wrap or some of these things, it's okay. Use your imagination. See what you have. See what you can come up with. Because really it could be anything, and I'll talk about it as we go on. So I am going to use paint though, because I know, especially starting out, you know, to go buy all these products and everything can be quite expensive. So instead of going and getting ink pads right now, you can start off with paint. Now you definitely can use ink pads in place of what I'm about to do, but it's totally up to you. And I rhymed. Totally up to you on what you do. I don't know, that didn't rhyme real good there. Okay, so first I have a piece of paper. This is watercolor paper, but it could be whatever kind of paper that you want. If you have printer paper, if you have newspaper, listen, use it. You're only starting to do things in the beginning and get the feel for it. See if it's even something that you're going to dig and want to do. But what's fun is if you do this on newspaper or printer paper, cardstock's fantastic, scrapbook paper, use whatever you have because we're going to be covering it up. And as we go on, you'll see, you know, if you use regular copy paper or newspaper, it's thin, but it's okay because once you put everything on top, then you can take it and you can tear it apart if you want and use it on a canvas or another piece of paper. So let's get to getting. So you can see I put my black paint right there. And I have some bubble wrap. Now, this is big bubble wrap. You can use whatever kind of bubble wrap you can get. If you don't have bubble wrap, I'll show you something that it won't give you this exact texture, but that you can use. So first I'm going to take one of my paint brushes, and it's a little wet. I want it a little wet. And I'm going to take this black, and it's whatever black you have, and you're going to water it down a bit. You can see I have water on my brush, and it's fairly liquidy. Is that the word I want to say? It's liquidy. Anyway, take it and lightly brush it over your bubble wrap, okay? And you can get this from your dollar store. They sell it, bubble wrap in the dollar store. You can get it at the post office. You can get it wherever. Ask your friends if they have any. Save it when you get a package or something and it has it in there. Okay, so you can see I have it on there, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to just pat it down. Now, I like the big ones because you get texture, and I'll show you what I mean. Can you see in there how it gets crinkled? Let's see. Trying to move it up. All right. It's not wanting to work, and I'm not quite sure why. All right, let's move on, shall we? I don't know what the heck's wrong with my computer. I mean, my thing lately, but it's not working. But you can definitely see the bubble wrap. And I'm not going to delete that out and edit it because that's life. It's going to happen. So you can see we have that. So do you not want to, you know, you want to use a different color? By all means. But, you know, I just want to show you black just because it's graphic and that's kind of what I'm going for. So if you're doing this along with me, I know a lot of you are going to try this along with me, as well as the watercolor painting, which I will be doing coming up. So yeah, so you can see I'm just kind of bloop, bloop, putting it everywhere, you know, whatever you want to do. Okay, that's our base. That's our what's it called? I just lost all train of thought. That is our background, our first part of our mixed media background. Now, what I'm going to take is some red. So I'm going to grab some red paint. Okay, and I'm going to shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. All right, and I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have my brush. I'm going to dab a little of the water out, and I'm going to it's all blood. All right, now make it fairly big. Now what I'm going to do is take a paper towel holder or toilet paper holder, same thing. I'm going to cut this one in half because I want to show you two different things you could do with this. All right. And we're cutting and we're done. Okay, so first we have this side. So you'll dip it in your paint. And you want to go like this. Tap, 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 tap. And you want to start, look at that. And you just want to start going and laying it around. And what I do next will probably freak you out a bit, but that's all right. We're going to do it anyway. And you see, I'm just putting them everywhere, especially where there's some white. All right. Okay. Now, my background, so you see, and guess what? You just keep this and you use it again next time and next time. And the more paint that gets on there, sometimes you get really good texture. It's fun. What else you can do is if you want a different, well, you know, we'll do that the next one. Let me dry this real quick. Now, if you just leave this sit for a minute, it'll dry, but especially if you're using paint, I'm just going to dry it because what I'm going to do next, I just don't want all the colors to smear. I don't want them to smear. Okay. Now, here's a little tip for you. I'm going to give you little tips along the way. Take your water bottle. Give your paint right there a little squirt of water. I did it on the red. Black is pretty much gone. Because that'll just keep it a little extra moist while we do this next part. And the next part is going to be shaking up some paint. Here we go. We're going to wipe it up. Wipe it up. Okay, so I got most of the water out of this nasty brush. And here I go. And what this is going to do is put that color peeping through that you laid on bottom, right? But it's going to still give you, it's pushing that back into the background, but it's still going to give you a, it's still going to peek through. And the reason I wet it, you don't have to wet it. It's completely up to you. But I wet it so I don't have to go in and put much more and paints, and that I can just, there you go. I can still see it. Now, here's something that you can do. You can take your cloth or your paper towel, whatever you use, and you can go in now if you want, and you can lift off. I just dab it. A little dabble do ya. Okay. You can see nothing major, but you can see you got that, it put that red and that black in the background. Now what we want to do is we want to bring that back up. Now you can decide, maybe you have two different sizes of bubble wrap and you want to use the smaller side now. Maybe the size now. Maybe you have different sizes of the, you know, that, and you want to use those. What we're going to use is our other part of our paper towel, and we're going to give it a little pinch on each side. And we're going to make it like a eye or whatever. You know, I call it an eye. You might call it something else. Maybe the real word. I don't know. All right. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to get that all over here. And now I'm going to go in and stamp. And as you can see, it kind of, it's much brighter. So it's sticking up. Now you can still see this red underneath, and you can definitely, you know, make it go back more if you want, but I don't. I just want to zoom, 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 zoom. Can you use different colors? Of course you can. All right, but you see, so now you have the extra, I mean, I'm talking, it's, and if it's a toilet paper holder, not toilet paper holder, a toilet paper roll thing, cut that in half. Okay, it doesn't have to be a big, it's just what I happen to have here. So we have that. Now we want to bring some more of that black in. So let me just get a little more black. Okay, and now now you can get these at the dollar store. This one, I think was from Martha Stewart, but when I was at the dollar store the other day, I saw they had these. And all different kinds, but you can see you have this kind. Well, it's kind of hard to see. There you go. There's that. There's kind with the circles. There's this kind. There's this flower kind. We'll use that. Let me put these all back in here. So look, you know, even if they're cloth, Look for them. Look for them. All right, so I want to use this. And I want to hold it down. So I'm going to use it on the, there's a little slicker side. I'm going to use it on the paper side. But what I'm sitting here thinking is, all right, you know what? I'm going to go like this. Okay. I think so much in my head. It's like, what are you going to do, Cal? All right. So I'm going to take some of my black. I got water. I'm doing the same kind of thing. And I'm pushing it down. And I'm just going to tap. Use whatever kind of brush you have. You want it to get into those holes. And you want it to go around so you're kind of making a mock lacy type thing here. Okay. And then lift it off. And you see, you get all that texture. I don't know why my camera's not going in. But it's not. It's Donovan crazy. There we go. I think it's just wanting to be mean to me today. All right, and then we'll lay it over here. No, I'm not going to dry. I'm not going to make sure that those are dry, the ones that I just put on there. I don't really care. Because I'm just trying to go in. Now, know when you're using paint and water that it's going to probably spread like that. Because of the water. You know, it's not like you're using a ink pad, which if you have an ink pad, you can definitely use. This is just if you have a couple colors at home, just adjust it to what colors you have and play. And you can see it's coming, you know, you get like these darker ones here, but they kind of blow out and it's completely fine. It's what I want. Now maybe I want to take some red. I'm going to mix my black in there and then you'll see you'll get a darker red. Nice blood color. And I'm just going to tap it in there. Now this time I don't have to go on the outside, you know, or any of the times really. You do whatever the heck you want. It's yours. But we're just adding. Okay. And see, it just adds a little bit of dimension. Now you can go up here and turn it the other way to blot off any of the paint that you might have left over on there. And you get this really cool, don't know how well you can see it. Look at that print. Can you see it? It's just the flowers there. Right in here. Very, very cool. So you can get, you know, a couple different kind of things. And if you want, you can use all of these different kinds that come in your package if you have it. All right. And I think I'm going to just do a little bit here. But I'm going to go all around this time because that gives me a really cool edge like that. And then I think up here, I'll just squish off my brush and get that cool edge. See how we're getting, I mean, you're getting a lot of different textures out of this one little pee-pee thing. Okay, so that's what we got going on there. Now, let's say you want to add more texture, okay? How can you never have too much? You can never have too much texture. But I want to add some black and white, and I'm not sure exactly where I want to go from here, but I do know what I want to show you, so I'll start there because it'll come to me. These are, if you've been with me for a while, you'll know what these are, and if not, let me just tell you that these are the greatest things in the world. I throw these in giveaways. I've done giveaways of these. People have went out and bought these. They are absolutely fantastic. These are called Kid Fun Foam, and they come in these different textures. Okay, I'm going to show you. This is circles, and we got some lines and some little circles, and this is like turf. Okay, so we have those. So I'm just going to cut little pieces because, like I said, I'm going to probably throw some in the giveaway. I'm just going to cut this much. You don't need that much. I don't cut even, so let's start with this one. Now, I want to use a different color. I think I'm going to use, what color do I want to use? How about we add a little purple? Let's kind of keep it dark. All right, let's get some purple, some purple, purple. All right, let's get eggplant. Yeah, I'm gonna shake it because these need shaken, not stirred. I'm gonna open it up. Okay, put that bad boy there. Ooh, wash my brush off. And I want to dry it off a little bit on my paper towel. And I want to take some of this, you know, go wherever you can get it. And just lightly, you don't want to rub too hard. You can see that great texture. Okay, now, oh, I'm sorry, that was my dogs, sorry. And now look at that great texture. And we're just gonna put it around. Put it around. Put it around. Oh, it must be males here. All right, and my paintbrush is falling apart. It has not been a good day for me. All right. And we're putting it around, and we're putting it around. Okay, and now you just save this. Now, if you're really OCD and you want to wash this out, you can definitely rinse this out in the sink or whatever, and then you will be used next time. But I'll use it just like that. That does not bother me. Now, let me grab this one, which is circles, and you get two sides. So, obviously, because there's two sides on it. All right, Kel. So, I'm going to cut that like that. And then I'm going to cut it in half like this. Now, I know, you know, these are small pieces. It's just how I'm doing it. But you do it whatever way you want. And I'm just going to take my red and I'm going to just run it. I don't want to push too hard. You just kind of want to dry brush it over. Because you don't want to, unless you want it the other way, then by all means do what you want to do. And I'm just going to lay it down. And you get these great little dots. I'm going to do a little bit more. Now remember, that's the watered down paint. You don't have to have it watered down to do this necessarily, but you know. And I'm just laying it down. That's it. What a great mixed media background. Now let's do the other side of this. And I'll use the red just because I have it. And I'm going to, and you can see already as I'm putting the paint on how it is going to stamp because of the holes. And then you get the opposite of that. You see that? That's the opposite. You get that. Oh, it's delicious. Delicious. And I'm sticking with a palette. Very, very easy. You know, nothing major. Maybe I'll do some purple on this as well. All right, so I'm going to dry my brush off because I don't want it too wet. I'm going to stick my brush in there. I'm going to lay it on here. A little bit more. And, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very nice. And you can see all that delicious texture. And the more you stamp it, the more, you know, the color goes away, but it does give you such a variation. Now look, what did we use? If you don't have something like this, take a paper towel. Because you just want the texture. You're not worried about it. You know what I mean? It's not, if you have these things at home, wonderful. Or something like you can get at the dollar store. You can get kids fun foam and draw in it. Put different random shapes like I've done. And you definitely can use that in place of, you know, all this. But let's say you have a paper towel. And I'm going to dab my paper towel in here. Now I'm going to show you on a different piece of paper real quick so you can just see it better. But watch. Look at that texture that you're getting. And I'm just wiping up that paint that's here. Look. And the harder I push, the darker it is. But you're getting all that texture. And, I mean, how can you just not love texture? So, now you have these. So, what are we going to do next? Well, you can decide if you want to put something on top of this now. And if I was doing something, let's say, let's see. I don't know if I have what exactly I'm looking for here. Why don't we just improvise then? All right, so let's say we have this background. You don't know what you're going to do. So, like me right now. So wonder if I go in and I get purple and I just draw a heart. And again, you could do this with the kids. Let them draw whatever they want. But hearts are easy, and to start out, I'm sure that I have many of these with hearts because I just think it's the easiest thing to do when you're learning. And I'm covering everything. I don't need it to be opaque where you don't see underneath because I want it to peep through, but I don't want to leave it blank. You can make it grungy. I mean, you could do whatever you want. You want to make it prettier? By all means, make it prettier. Make it yours and do your thing. Okay, so you see, it's, you know, not all the way covered. You can definitely make it as covered as you want it. In this case, I'm not going to, but you can see how it kind of covers up that background and then brings all that to the front. It's just, I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to wet my brush, the thing of it, just for a minute, and I'm going to kind of do this. And the heart's, you know, well, it's my heart. It's a good heart, but it's lopsided. All right. And I have a lopsided heart, I think. No. Okay, so you have this. Now, take a, I'm going to use my Faber-Castell like I always do, but you can use your Sharpie, you can use black paint, you can use whatever you have, a pen. And what I do is I'll go in and I'm just going to kind of draw and smush it and kind of smudge it. And you only do a little bit at a time. And that's just going to outline this. I'm going to be a little faster than maybe you want to do, but it's up to you. And you see it kind of makes it pop out. And you can make it lighter or darker. It's up to you. And you don't have to use black. Use whatever color you want. Maybe you have a darker purple or you're using, you know, a pink heart and you want to do this in red. That would look pretty too. But you can see what I mean. Very easy. Very, very easy. And you walk away with a black finger, but hey, look how much fun. Now, if you look at this and you're like, all right, you know what? I'd like a little word on it. Then you can go in with a color paint or whatever you want and just write a word. I'm going to write love with a heart because I like to sign my name with a heart. And there you go. And this is a basic, a very basic, very, very basic mixed media art journal page that I did, which you can also do on a canvas or you can do on a piece of paper. So it's your beginner mixed media page. And like I said, this can be done in your art journal as well. I know a lot of you keep writing me to do more art journaling and pages in there because a lot of you say that you guys can learn better when I'm doing the art journal pages and teaching even the mixed media. So that'll be coming up. But right now, I just want to do on this. I wanted to do a quick background just to show you guys that it is, I mean, it's been 20 minutes and that's not that hard. And like I said, you didn't have to, you just have to think outside of yourself. Go into your husband's garage. I use this all the time. It's a piece of PVC pipe. I also will get a dowel. They have these in so many different sizes. And I like to stamp and do all kinds of stuff with this. And, you know, use a Q-tip. Use a Q-tip and do dots. You can do that. I don't think I have any Q-tips here. But I have this. So let me show you. I have my, you know, my little thing here that I boop, boop, boop. So why don't we add some white. Let's just add a few white dots so I can show you. Okay? You just kind of take it in there and you dot it. And I dot off for a minute. But you can now go in. And you can do it a different color too. Maybe that's what I should have done. Because I'm doing it on white. I get so excited. All right, but you know what I'll do? I can go in now. Look, and decorate it. I'm decorating it with bumps and circles. Is that good? Look at how cute. Imagine putting, oh, what would be so cool is if you did all kinds of different purples or pinks inside and just, oh, yeah, delish. So you see what I'm saying? So get a Q-tip or something, you know, that you have as a smaller, whatever. It's fun. And you can go in with your pens and doodle. There's so much stuff you can do. But like I said, as a basic, this is fawn. And you have your first art journal page. Now, let me just tell you, if you're using, and we didn't use any stamp pads or anything, and that'll be coming up, but I wanted to do very, very simple and easy. I'm just trying to get that extra paint off there. Very simple and easy for a background. These are my favorite things in the world. I love backgrounds. I just will sit and, you know, I would love to learn how to do abstract. I've tried abstract 1,000 times, like I've told you guys before, and it just doesn't register in my brain. I always want to put something on top. But I love doing backgrounds because you see we have 3 different layers of the same item, and it's just done in different ways. So, you know, like I said, your onions, the mesh that your onions come in, that can work. I have things I've showed you guys with my tomatoes that you get, you know what I mean? And look at things. Your meat, if you get ground turkey or chicken or beef or whatever, or veg or whatever, and you get the styrofoam trays that they come in, cut the curves off. You got that flat piece, draw in it, and then you're making a printing, a marking thing to make prints. So many things. So if you guys aren't familiar with the meat tray thing that I just talked about, let me know down below and I'll do a quick video using it to show you guys what I mean. But there's so many things around your house that you definitely can use in ways. I use my needles. I take my needles and I use the covers for that all the time. They're all around here somewhere because those are little circles. So you could do 20 different size circles on here. It doesn't matter. So let me know what you guys think of this. If you do this, of course, tag me, email me, hit me up on Facebook. I'm everywhere. All my information is down below. And I hope for number 2, this worked for you guys and that it helps, you know, dispel some maybe fears that you might have doing this and going out and spending a lot of money. Because like I said, if you just have a couple things of paint at home, I threw a little purple in there, but you don't necessarily have to have it. But really, I used the white background. I used that to my benefit. And I used black and red. And I threw a little purple in there. If you have purple, great. But if you don't worry about it. And you can as well just make the heart red if you don't have 3 colors and you only want to use the 2, and make the heart red. It doesn't matter. So I love you guys so very much, and I hope this is helping you guys out. The messages that I got and the comments that I got from the last one were so wonderful and so inspired and just make me so excited. So I'm really hoping that this helps a lot of you step outside of your comfort zone and just do a little bit of mixed media. Stick your little baby toe in there and give it a go. So as always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much. And give me a thumbs up if you like seeing this. And I will have more to come. Plus, we'll be finishing at the end of this series. I'll be doing a canvas that I'll do start to finish. And then I will be doing a giveaway with everything I used in it. So you can have a canvas and everything to make your own. So keep your eye out for that. And if you found me by mistake, it wasn't a mistake. It's the universe sending you to me. And please subscribe. My link is down below next to my name. Just hit that subscribe button. And I love you guys. And bye.